ESPN has made some major predictions for the New York Knicks this year, where they're going to finish in the Eastern Conference, how many wins they have, and individual awards for Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, and Tom Thibodeau. We'll break that down around the corner, but I want to ask this question before I reveal what ESPN had for the record prediction for the Knicks. 53.5 wins for the orange and blue this year. That's what the odds makers out west have set for the win total. Over, under, let me know your thoughts. Welcome in to New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. As I thought this article that ESPN came up with was awesome. They had so many different predictions for so many different things. And the Knicks, they were mentioning a lot of them, and some of them they weren't mentioned. And let's start with this one. They listed their top 10 MVP candidates coming up for this season, and somehow, some way, Jalen Brunson was not mentioned. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to ESPN. Keep on doubting him. Keep on adding more chips to the shoulder. It's embarrassing that Jalen Brunson was not mentioned in this list. Here was their top 10. Luka Doncic received 48% of the first place votes. That's fair. I don't need Jalen Brunson to be the preseason favorite to win the MVP. But you're going to tell me Kevin Durant is higher in the MVP power rankings than Jalen Brunson? Anthony Davis? Jason Tatum? Anthony Edwards? What are we doing, baby? Jalen Brunson was 5th in the MVP just last year. Just last year, Jalen Brunson finished 5th in the MVP. And when you see where ESPN has projected the Knicks to finish in the Eastern Conference, how does that man not crack the top 10? Keep proving him wrong, JB. Salute, Captain. He's going to have another big season. It's what he does. It ain't a fluke. He's the real deal. He was born to play basketball. Still the funniest clip I've ever seen from Josh Hart. Hilarious. If you haven't checked it out, it's on my Twitter. But I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the disrespect, but I'm also going to continue to welcome the disrespect because number 11, he knows how to turn that into fuel. We did get some love and respect for our wings. Shout out to Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. ESPN gave some love to both those players when it came to their preseason predictions of who was going to win the Defensive Player of the Year. Although I think the DPOY is already decided, and that will be Victor Wembanyama as long as he plays 65 games, it was nice to see Mikal Bridges get the 5th most votes to win the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year, with OG Anunoby being 8th. The New York Knicks were the only team in the NBA to have 2 players inside the top 10. This Knicks defense is going to be unreal, ladies and gentlemen. We know Tom Thibodeau is a mastermind when it comes to creating defensive game plans and making life difficult for other teams. But now he is suited and booted with 2 of the best wing defenders in the NBA. It's what they do. OG Anunoby is the best wing defender in the NBA, in my opinion, especially when guarding bigger wings. Mikal Bridges, he's also one of the best wing defenders. There's a lot of nonsense out there that he doesn't play defense anymore. Well, how come Basketball Index gave him last year an A grade for his ISO perimeter defense, and an A+ for the years before that? And as you see, OG Anunoby 3 A+s and an A- in 2022. Those guys are going to be game wreckers for the New York Knicks on defense. I've compared OG Anunoby to an elite edge rusher in football where he can just wreck a game. Mikal Bridges, he's going to be that free safety. Don't float anything over the middle or he's going to pick it off. He is going to be a major piece of this defense. It's a wings league. Wings win in this league. Boston, Tatum, Brown. Knicks, they've got an answer now for both of those dudes. Josh Hart receiving some love. And the 6th man of the year. It's crazy that Josh Hart is once again going to come off the bench for the New York Knicks after playing what it seemed like 30 games in a row of 48 minutes. And if Hart comes off the bench for the entire season this upcoming year, yeah, he's going to be in the running for 6th man of the year. We know what he brings. We know what he does. You gotta have Hart. Shout out to my man Josh Hart. He's going to stuff the stat sheet, points, rebounds, assists, deflections, steals, all that good stuff. I was honestly pumped up to see him get that type of love. But I was a little pissed off that my man, the big Rav Goo, Devo, Donte, DiVincenzo didn't receive a single vote. You're telling me the guy last year when he was a starter that averaged 17.7 points per game, who is now going back to the bench, going to be the first guard off the bench for the New York Knicks, you're telling me that guy isn't going to even crack the top 10 of 6 men of the year? I don't understand how you can come up to that calculation. Maybe you think that his production is going to fall off a cliff because he's going to see less minutes per game. As long as his production stays the same, not points, but I'm saying efficiency of field goal and shooting, he's going to be from deep. He's going to be in that running. And there's going to be multiple nights where Donte DiVincenzo lights it up and he plays starter-like minutes. I was a little upset by that. I hope DiVincenzo sees it. I hope he proves them wrong, just like he proved the Warriors wrong last year by not re-signing him. Signed for less than the mid-level exception for the Knicks and had an amazing season. One thing I know for sure is the New York Knicks bench this year is going to be for real. Both these guys are big-time players. They both were major contributors as starters to a team that was one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals with injuries across the roster. Who do you think is going to finish, though, higher in Sixth Man of the Year? Who do you think is more likely to win the award? 3-0 sound off for me, and make sure you're going to be supporting Knicks Now this season. Call yourself a real one. Be a real one. I want to be able to do more merchandise, sell more merch, but the bosses told me to do that. We got to actually sell more merch. So help me, help you. Get your Knicks Now Real One t-shirts today. We've got the OG blue. We've got the fresh black. Go to this link, chatsports.com/realknicks, and get your Knicks Now Real One t-shirt today. Tom Thibodeau getting major love from these boys over at ESPN. They are projecting for Tom Thibodeau to win Coach of the Year for not the first time, not the second time, but the third time in his NBA coaching career. And if Tom Thibodeau wins a third Coach of the Year, he's going to the Hall of Fame. I don't know how many coaches that have 3 Coaches of the Year have made the Hall of Fame or not made them, but I'm going to go out to say that if he does win this award again, which there is a strong likelihood that he can, and it's a third time, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He actually received 19% of the first place votes from the ESPN panel to win this award. And if the Knicks finish the year like they did last year, or like ESPN is projecting this year for them to be the second team in the Eastern Conference, yeah, Tibbs, he's going to be in the running for that award. But ESPN, they think like this year coming up, like last year, the Knicks are going to be one of the better teams in the East, actually second best in the Eastern Conference, and they typed under on the win total, if we remember, like we talked about at the top of the show. They have the Knicks finishing the season at 53-29, just one win above the Philadelphia 76ers, who they have coming in at third place in the East at 52-30. Not much of a shakeup, I feel like, than it was how it actually ended. And we always see a shakeup from year to year, but they got Boston first, Knicks second, and as you can see, everyone else falling in line where they do. I just need it. I need it so bad. And you know what I'm talking about. Knicks, Celtics, Eastern Conference Finals. I need to be healthy. I need them to be healthy, and I want to go toe-to-toe, and I want to beat them because I truly believe in my heart of hearts, if the Knicks are healthy, they will beat the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they will get to the NBA Finals for the first time in 20-plus years. Who do you think wins the East, though? Who is going to win the Eastern Conference this year? The Knicks, the Celtics. Type NYK if you're rolling for the Knicks, or type I'm a loser if you think the Celtics are going to win it all. Make sure you are following me over on social media as Jack Lauderay, Boston Celtics fan. I see his face as I said that. That was good stuff. At Marshall Green _ on Twitter and Instagram. Hit me up over there, and let's go Knicks.